It really bothers me when I challenge people's beliefs and they ask me, why can't I believe what I want to believe? And if it doesn't matter what the facts are, then it doesn't matter what the truth is.
Do not pretend that what you're doing is even remotely comparable to science. And I'm tired of living in a world where we stupidly sit by and allow people to pretend to have the moral high ground when they are advocating and making excuses for moral absurdities and atrocities.
Your worldview does not deserve respect just because you hold it. You've had the epiphany that you don't owe it to the rest of the world to keep them happy.
It's not up to me to prove that there are no gods any more than it's up to me to prove that there isn't Bigfoot or fairies or UFOs.
An Earth younger than the Sumerian civilization, Bronze Age humans who lived to be 1,000 years old.
Does anybody think that it's a good idea to own other human beings? Does anybody think it's a good idea to subjugate women and keep them at a lower tier?
Talking snakes, talking donkeys.
Misogyny, slavery, racism, judgments against homosexuals.
Flying chariots of fire, a floating zoo the size of a football stadium, piloted by a 600-year-old guy, filled with camels and penguins.
It is bigotry, and we are against that.
And so the more often you are told the thing that you already believe, the stronger you believe it. That's not an accumulation of evidence. That's an accumulation of ignorance.
Scientific methodology is a field where creationists can't muster a team and can't even find the ball. That's what the people need to be made aware of.
The default position, the null hypothesis, is that these things aren't true. And we wait and reserve belief until they are demonstrated to be true.
Christianity, religion, believes that children must be taught as soon as possible to never, ever question the Bible.
See, this word right here.
That's not one word.
It's
been retranslated how many times?
Different books,
how many editions?
rewritten, rehashed, reinterpreted by anonymous authors.
I was programmed. Only the Bible, only the Bible, only the Bible.
It's not our demographic that has the most divorces, that has the most chemical dependencies, domestic violence, criminal convictions, or even abortions. The only thing we might have more of are diplomas.
When I do the show, I'm not all about converting people or deconverting people. Although I'm happy to do it, and I make no apologies about being a proselytizing evangelical atheist.
People want to say that life has a meaning in that it has an intended purpose, because people are, these people, the people that believe this, or the people that need to believe this anyway, are the ones that are basing their perspective on fear.
The superstition that used to control me, to limit me, to frighten me, to stifle me, it's now a punchline to me.
Life is like its own reward. You know, this idea that some people have that atheists must be nihilists who have no purpose and they're all dour all the time, and oh, this life has no meaning and purpose, and why don't we just end it all? I cannot grasp that.
I found that the world is so much better when I'm not limited by my God glasses.
People have asked me, well, what are you going to do if you die and you end up standing before God? Hey, I tried. I used my brain, I followed the evidence where it was, and by the way, if your character is actually accurately depicted in the Bible or the Quran, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm already morally superior to you. I already care more about people than you do.
Because religion reverses and perverts everything. And all these people that come away from it have a heightened appreciation of nature, of natural understanding, of knowledge instead of pretense, instead of assumption. It no longer matters what you want to believe, it only matters what you can show is really true.
Nobody has a monopoly on being right, but skepticism has the distinct goal of actually striving to be right and using the tools that are most likely to result in you being right.
Just remember the people in this room. Remember that reason and the evidence is on your side. And remember that ultimately, again, we're not out to prove atheism. We're just out to find the truth. And I don't think any God, if he, she, or it existed, would ever punish someone trying to honestly live truthfully.
We don't need some transcendent mind to dictate what is true. We discover what is true about the reality that we inhabit.
Refuse to be misled, rejected. Represent and loudly demand rational government.
And even though you don't believe your father is a king and your mission's written in a magic book and your home is in the heavens, your life is wonderful and amazing and precious and so much more satisfying.